Hello, my loves. This is Malayla with Love and Light Starseed Tarot. Welcome. Today I'm going to do a reading for Aries and their person. I hope everyone's doing well. These are timeless messages, so whenever you click on the reading, it's meant for you. This is for Sun, Moon, or Rising in Aries. Angel Spirit Guides, please show us. What's the overall energy between these two? What is the overall energy, please? Seven of Cups, Three of Coins, Five of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So it looks like there was some mind games, manipulation here. Somebody was collaborating with other people and keeping their options open. Right? They could have been giving their cup of love elsewhere. What is your energy at this time? Page of Wands. Two of Swords. So yeah, you could be thinking or overthinking about a new beginning. You might want to, start something new as far as a creative endeavor, a passion project, a side hustle. But you want passion in your life. You want fun and creativity. You could just be contemplating and making a pros and cons list, narrowing down your options. What is their energy, please? The Two of Coins and the Magician. Yeah, this person is trying to manifest, and they could just be in the planning stages as well, juggling options. But this person, they could be learning how to manifest as well, looking more into it. Let's see, how do you see them? How do you see them? Nine of Cups. Page of Swords, yeah. They could be needing to learn more or wanting to learn more, researching. They want wish fulfillment. They want their wishes to come true as well. So I'm getting, this person is putting time and effort into learning more. Learning how to get what they want in life. Learning how to get to their Nine of Cups. How do they see you? Four of Coins. Four of Swords. Yeah, so you could just be holding back your energy at this time. I'm just getting, you've done so much work to heal any past wounds. You're being very aware of yourself and your surroundings. I'm getting that you're trying to cope with life in a more healthy, manageable way. Instead of making, instead of masking things or medicating, or covering up the problems, you're looking at things in a more healthy way, wanting to be more healthy. I'm getting, also that your life is very busy. So you may be wanting to meditate more, rest more, be still. It's a great time to go within and listen to yourself. Listening to your inner voice. Being more mindful. Because your soul is speaking to you. And you want to be open to this communication. How do you feel about them? The Devil, Capricorn. And the Four of Cups. I'm getting that you feel that this person is vibrating on a very low frequency. They think more about the material world and the 3D, and so this keeps this person stuck. They think more about power, lust, greed, gluttony. So this is keeping this person at a very low frequency, on a very low vibe. They could be overindulging, emotional eating, just substances in general. How do they feel about you? The Four of Wands. Six of Swords. Yeah, so they feel, they could feel that you are a twin flame, or just, you're stable. And, they see happily ever after with you, or happy home, happy life. But, you're moving forward. Either way, with or without this person, you're moving forward towards your calmer waters, brighter days, your successes, your victories, right? You want quality over quantity. Even if that means changing your friends, or, the places that you go, if these people aren't serving you, or, for your highest good, then you're leaving them behind. You're trusting in your inner truth and guidance. What are your actions in the 3D? Page of Coins and the High Priestess. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm getting, you don't always have to be of service, right? You are valuable even if you're having boundaries, especially when you're having boundaries. Right? You're only moving towards the options that are for your highest good and that are, on your spiritual path. Because you are vibrating at a very high frequency, right? You vibrate with you vibrate high because you're wise, because you use your wisdom, because you use your intuition. You express yourself in a healthy way, in a healthy manner. So you are glowing. You are the light. You are the way shower. What are they doing in the 3D? The Hanged Man, Pisces. The Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands. Yeah, this person is stuck. This person is in limbo. But they definitely think about and fantasize about a brand new passionate beginning with you. They want victory and success with you, but it's only in their imagination that this is happening, because they stay stuck in low vibration. They stay stuck in low frequency lifestyle. They continuously do things over and over that keep them in a low vibe, in a low frequency. Oh. What are your messages towards them? Sun and Knight of Coins? Yeah. Your messages are that, this person needs to unblock themselves from the lower frequency, right? They need to heal and embrace the light, because when they keep themselves in dark, low frequencies, that's the devil. right? When you embrace love and light, honesty, truth, that's God, mentality. That's embracing God, and that's, living Christ consciousness. Leaving the dark behind and embracing the light and healing towards this. What are their messages towards you? King of Coins, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And the Hermit, we have Virgo again. Yeah, they see you as the way shower. They see you as the light. You're very wise. You're sitting on your throne. You're stable, abundant. You're grounded. They see you as the full package. You are a leader. You know how to balance your chakras, right? You know how to balance the light and the dark aspects of life. Because you learn how to do that, and you actually put in the work to make that happen. I'm getting, the balance between matter and spirit. Man is a fusion of matter and spirit. And it's up to us to balance the two. When you're a child, you don't have ego, right? That's something that's learned over time. That's something that's shown and, it's a learned behavior. So if you can get back to that childlike essence of yourself, the innocence, and, that can help you, get out of your ego. Leave the ego at the door, right? Embrace love, happiness, joy, playfulness, life, right? Life is God. Death is the devil. You have a choice to make. Everybody has the same choice and the same options in life. It's up to us to choose wisely. I'm getting that, as a child, you're very sensitive and intuitive. You could have been one that, saw through the facades at a very young age. You never believed the government or authority. You always went against the grain. You pushed the boundaries. And you could possibly still be doing that as an adult. And if you're not, you should be, right? That's the childlike innocence where you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. I mean, even as a child, it doesn't make sense. So why would it make sense as an adult? The constructs that, we've been placed under, the rules and regulations we've been placed under because of the government, because of power and control, right? That's the devil. I'm going to get a Hidden Truth Oracle message for this. Oh, actually, I didn't even do, hold on, I'm not done. I got so on a tangent. Let me see outcome, please. I was on a little tangent there, sorry. Outcome for this connection, please. 3 of Swords. The Knight of Swords, yeah. You're running away from heartache, third parties. Fast forward movement, away from pain. Absolutely. Anything that's going to keep you down and feeling stuck and in pain, you are out. What is the advice, please? 6 of Coins. Queen of Coins, yeah, absolutely. You're only working with and, even, entertaining people that will be reciprocal with you. People that are, intelligent, people that got their ish together, people that are grounded and stable like you. This is divine counterparts. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn again. You're only collaborating with someone who's on your level, right? Someone who vibrates at the high frequency that you do. You're not taking breadcrumbs from anyone. You are completely past that. What is the hidden truth message for this connection, please? I look for you everywhere. Whoa, is this 2? I thought that was 2. I left you before you could leave me. Cards feel very heavy right now. It's a very heavy energy. I'm gonna get numerology card. Let's see, what does our amazing Aries need to know at this time? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. Spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall into place. If you agree with this message and want to affirm, type 1, 2, 3 in the comments. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.